which is inappropriate. Like in places where they're not wanted, not desired, like why would you force them into that?
Well,
that's you're asking for something.
I'm just saying that if you kill somebody, it's murder. I'm not. The children are going to be born. They're not going anything through.
Well,
great.
Well, what happens after they're born, man? What happens after they're born? That's the question.
That is the question.
What do you do after that? Because whether they go on social services, if you look at the Department of Human Services and the foster care situation here, and how many children are beaten and abused because they're unwanted.
Are you aware what the statistics are for newborns?
Are you also aware that the crime rate went down in the 90s, partially because, and it's actually, there's several studies now, not just the one, which have said that it's a direct result of Roe versus Wade.
Well, yeah, but there's also the fact is overall, divorce, single parenthood, crime, and sexually transmitted disease have all skyrocketed since 1973, all the way across the board. I appreciate it if you would not touch this.
Don't put it in my face.
He's keeping his
1%.
But are you aware that the fact is all the social woes that you said correct have all gone up since Roe v. Wade?
All the what?
All the social wars. There's more crime.
There's actually
more drug. No, there's more. Absolutely, since 1973.
Yeah, there's less crime.
More violence.
There's several studies that have
more drug abuse, more single parenthood, more divorce.
I'm not buying it. More divorce, that's for sure. That I absolutely.
You just watch that. Do you get that on the news, or do you actually read research on that?
Research. A lot of it.
Yeah, exactly. I've been asking this guy for sources, and he doesn't have squat.
No, I didn't have squat. Okay, he just got done asking me what percentage is rape and incest. Because I said 1%, he thought that number was low. So abortions. That's from Planned Parenthood, and that's what I told him. You can go right on your website.
Where's your research, goddamn?
No, from Planned Parenthood.
Well, actually, I'm about to go to the library and get some numbers for you. Yeah, actually.
No, go to Planned Parenthood's website. That's what I'm quoting from. And they say 3% is quote, medically necessary.
The rape issue really isn't the issue. It's not the issue.
Though it's only 1%, that's a very small demographic. It still exists. Those are people with lives who are getting ruined by it.
Are you videotaping or are you taking a picture?
I'm a video.
Oh, I thought you were just taking a picture. That's why I smiled at you. I was waiting for the click. Anyway.
Despite how minuscule a demographic, it should be acknowledged. And those are like, I don't understand how you can have that kind of empathy.
I'm not trying to underemphasize those women. What I'm saying is that we're talking about abortion for any and every reason, or no reason, just because you want to have the abortion. Okay. When you're talking about that and then bringing up the rape issue, you need to
you should keep in mind nobody wants to have an abortion.
That's not true. I have met people who wanted to have an abortion.
These people don't want to be pregnant. That's an entirely different thing. Nobody wants to
kill. They don't want to be pregnant, but
that's an entirely different thing. That's like saying,
or they don't want to have a child.
That's like saying pro-choice is pro-death. Those are entirely. It's not pro-life, pro-death. It's pro-life, pro-choice. And that's
well. Sure.
It's a very important distinction.
If you're willing to say that I believe it's okay for a woman to have an abortion, then that means that you're willing for a woman to kill her child, which is killing somebody. So you're okay with a woman killing her child.
I'm okay with a woman.
That's what abortion is.
Protecting her life.
So you're saying that her life is more valuable than the life that's growing within her.
An unwanted life, yes.
I disagree with that because the only difference
between the
wanted life and the unwanted life is whether it's wanted or not. And there's a lot of people out there that want babies, okay, and can't have them, and would be willing to have those babies, would be willing to adopt those babies. So there's no reason for the waste.
That's why
of
there's
life.
empty adoption clinics everywhere. Because
I
people are just.
I don't agree with that.
Well, no, that's why I was being a little facetious because.
Adoption, yeah.
Because there's adopted.
No. Are you talking about orphanages and things like that? Well, I'll tell you what, the babies that are here and have been taken out of homes, inappropriate, children have been taken away from their families. It's a whole different demographic than babies, infants being born, and people wanting infants. Okay, it's two totally different subjects. You can't really combine the two. Okay, my husband and I.
Multifaceted.
Well, it is, but it's like you can't just say, oh, well, there's children out there that need to be adopted, so the ones that are, people that are getting pregnant should abort their babies, so that the ones that are
well, that's
out there
not
should
what
be
I was
adopted.
saying, but that was your contest.
No, that's what I'm saying. But a lot of people say that. Okay, that's the context. So it's just like no, because there's from what we learned from taking classes with the state to adopt. Okay, my husband and I have taken classes. Our instructor said that there's about 2,000 families waiting to adopt that put in their papers to adopt an infant. When there's an infant born, there's about 2,000 families that apply to adopt that infant. Okay?
Well, it's not the issue I was attacking here. Like, like this is just kind of getting astray from the part that I disagree with. People should adopt children, and that's not way.
So there's no reason for the waste of life. There's really no reason.
Except for overpopulation and every economical and environmental issue can be traced back to overpopulation.
Those are all the excuses that the Nazis used when it came time to exterminate the Jews. They used all the same.
That's a fantastic way to end the conversation. Compare your opponent to the Nazis.
But if you're using the same arguments, then how come
that's not the same arguments the Nazis.
It is the same.
Well, yeah, that's more like the eugenics standpoint.
They dehumanized them, but the people will talk about eugenics. They'll talk about. I'm serious. The same arguments. Have you even heard people's arguments?
Yeah, I'm a little familiar with.
I think pro-life women are selfish for getting abortions because they don't think about their baby. I think pro-choice women are selfish for getting abortions because they don't think about their baby. They're only thinking about themselves.
I don't think that counts as documentation if you're voicing your argument on the other side of the camera, personally. But, anyways, yeah. The point of the story is, if I'm still a little taken back that you compared me to the Nazis because
I wasn't okay. I was comparing the arguments. The arguments that you're presenting are
I quoted overpopulation as a serious problem for the planet.
Right, and I'm just saying that it was the same then. They were claiming the same thing.
My whole thing is there's worse issues.
It's not overpopulation. It's wrong distribution. Okay, the distribution is we have millions of people living in the cities, and
are you pro capital punishment?
No.
Okay.
I feel like human life is sacred, and we should not take the lives of other humans. Now,
well, we have common ground there. I do feel human life is sacred, but I'm still pro-choice because I respect them.
Well,
and I love to.
I respect the rights of the women who are in the room, and I respect the rights of the men who are in the room, and I respect the rights of men who are here in this world today. So, I definitely respect their life.
Okay. Yeah.
It was nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, but why are you using the word genocide?
Well, it's because the group that we are saying is genocide is the unwanted unborn. And they are being exterminated at the rate of 1.4 million
Go back to your definition of genocide.
a year.
I'm not catching that. You're using the unborn.
Well, it's a people group that's being.
I just got a.
Sorry, I've got stuff going on
They
my
have
side.
a choice, right?
Who?
The fetuses?
No, the fetuses don't have a choice. The babies don't have a choice
Right.
to
So
be
then how could they
destroyed.
be a group? I mean, how they?
Because they have been determined by the people who are destroying them.
Okay.
That group has been destroyed because it's not the people who are destroyed who decide what group they are. They just happen to be a part of the group that's being destroyed.
How you
Sure.
found the word
No, I appreciate that.
genocide.
I appreciate that.
I just don't see the connection.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Give me some more notes.